Thanks so much to LoreElf2057 for the comment that inspired this entire video. Also, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 through 4 spoilers in here. So big spoiler warning, and trust me, you do not want to be spoiled on this peak of Marvel entertainment here. Just go watch it for yourself. So Deadpool and Wolverine comes out very soon, and it brings Deadpool and Wolverine both into the MCU for the first time ever. The movie seemingly has tons and tons of cameos in it, with a lot of them already being spotted in the trailers, like Lady Deathstrike from X2 and Toad from the first X-Men movie, which both I just reacted to, so you can go check out my reactions to those. I think X2 is still up early for members, but it'll become public soon. But yeah, not just those characters, many more important characters are gonna appear in this movie as well, all from their own respective universes. On top of this awesome movie coming out, earlier this year we got confirmation that the Defenders Netflix series are all canon, which includes Defenders, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Punisher, and Luke Cage. So they're all canon now, which makes sense since they mentioned the current day MCU things that happen in the movies, such as the 2012 Battle of New York, which is mentioned a lot in these shows. Another show, the best live-action Marvel series of all time, which I'm currently reacting to and falling in love with on the channel, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., has not been confirmed canon in the MCU yet, which is really strange since it's by far the most connected MCU show, which talks about events like Age of Ultron, Civil War, delves deeper into the Sokovia Accords than the movies ever did.
It's hard to argue with a man who prevented Ultron from killing thousands of people.
I gotta tell you, it's not easy keeping something as big as a helicarrier a secret.
Cleanup crews are hard at work in Sokovia.
And you're literally meant to watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier in between episodes 16 and 17 of season 1 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. In fact, Age of Ultron wouldn't have even happened if it wasn't for our S.H.I.E.L.D. team here, because back in season 2 of S.H.I.E.L.D., Coulson locates Loki's scepter for the Avengers in the Hydra base that they attack at the beginning of the movie. In that very same episode where they locate Loki's scepter, they mention the twins, Wanda and Pietro.
No one has made it past this stage of our experiments with alien enhancement. Well, no one other than the twins, of course. Strucker has them in Sokovia.
Certain episodes even ended back when it aired with sneak peeks at the upcoming movies. So really, this show should be confirmed already to be canon, but since it's not, this Deadpool movie has the biggest opportunity to acknowledge its existence. Now, I haven't seen all the seasons like 5, 6, and 7. I'm currently reacting to it on the channel, but what I do know is that they made it not canon starting in season 3 or 4 for some odd reason, even when almost every MCU project actually lines up. Season 4 introduces us to Ghostrider, aka Robbie Reyes. He's awesome, of course, whether he's Robbie mode or Spirit of Vengeance mode. And my god, look at his flaming car. It's beautiful. I hope Logan and Wade get to ride in it. Partway through season 4, Ghostrider banishes his uncle and himself into a hellmouth together, and he doesn't return until a good 13 episodes later, where he reappears out of a, what's this? A Doctor Strange Sling Ring interdimensional portal? So these portals were used a couple times in season 4 just because Doctor Strange was coming out at the same time, so they kind of invented it in this show as well. So everything was still being connected to the MCU even if it wasn't considered canon anymore. Either way, Ghostrider on his 13 episode hiatus seemed to learn a lot wherever he was. Some would say clearly hell, but Robbie would tell you,
hell is relative. Dimensions, space, planets, it's all connected. Plenty of them qualify as hell. The Earth is just one territory in a war that's been going on forever.
He of course could have just went to the dark zero matter dimension that we saw Coulson, Fitz, and Robbie get sucked into in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. season 4, as well as in Agent Carter season 2, or he could have visited multiple dimensions and realities, wherever he was, because he seems different when he returns in the season 4 finale. He's much more skilled with his chain, as if he'd been practicing and fighting people with it, maybe even banishing some of these Fox characters to their own relative hell. I don't know, guys. And he literally can create effing Doctor Strange portals with his flaming chain, which is incredible.
Learned a few things since you saw me last.
This man has no limits. Also, just the fact that he mentions realities and dimensions and just stuff you wouldn't think Robbie would ever talk about if you saw him 13 episodes ago is really suspicious and would help this tie in perfectly. In the Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, we see Doctor Strange portals opening, specifically this one with a blank background as to not spoil the movie. Also, Baldy is standing back there. Most people right now are believing that they'll enter this portal and end up on the battle for Earth, the endgame final battle, which could be really fun. Or is it the Battle of Earth? I actually don't know. I don't care. That would be fun though. But the real question is, who is creating these portals for them? I mean, I'm sure they'll run into many people that can create these portals. I mean, hell, Ned in No Way Home can create these portals. But it gets you thinking, and with all the tie-ins happening and the universes crossing over and Marvel currently making their old shows canon, it makes the most sense to have Ghost Rider show up in this movie, acknowledging Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and helping Wade and Logan by creating some portals for them, and maybe even giving them a ride. In a non-sexual way, of course. I honestly believe everyone would love to see this, and since this movie has been cooking for so long, Gabriel Luna, the person that plays Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, would have probably been free for some scenes and not filming Last of Us Season 2, most likely. So would this explain his sudden power boost and his training and how he learned how to create portals, or where he went for those 13 episodes? Could he have gone into some alternate timeline, or the TVA had picked him up and he ran into Deadpool or something? Obviously, none of this would have been written in that long ago. Like, that's completely obvious, but it does make sense that they could tie it in perfectly here. It's like not mentioning what happens to Obi-Wan after Clone Wars, but then they go back and they write a Kenobi show for him, which wasn't that great, but that stuff happens. These are all possibilities that would honestly explain everything and fit it into the movie very well for a small cameo or even something better. Robbie Reyes is Deadpool and Wolverine's Uber driver and Uber portal maker. You heard it here first. Anyways, that's all for this one. We will have to wait and see if these writers have even seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Are they even going to try to tie it in any way? They're connecting so many things here, bringing the Fox universe. Please bring over this show that was once tied in and then suddenly wasn't one day. It makes no sense. I hope they've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I hope they can make this reality a possibility. Ghost Rider on the big screen again, could you imagine? Let me know your thoughts on all of this down in the comments. Go check out my X-Men reactions, my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reactions. Go check out my gaming channel for Marvel Rivals content, GG Lounge down in the description. And I will see you guys all in the next one.